to you. Good evening, good evening to you. Good evening, good evening. Won't you share with a friend or two? Good evening, good evening to you. Good evening, good evening to you. You. Good evening. Good evening to you. You. Good evening. Good evening to you. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome, welcome, welcome to Daring Dialogues. I'm your host tonight, Shantae Charles. I hope that you have been having a great and wonderful day. I have been having a very busy day, and I've been having a wonderful day, but a very, very full day. I have, wow, I feel like everything just went by, but I have counseled with some parents today. I have interviewed for yet another tutoring assessment position. I'm already in three different contracts right now, and so I'm negotiating another one. And I have had the opportunity to tutor a middle schooler today and help him to have some eye opening moments with math. So that has been exciting. And now I am here with you. Listen, on yesterday, I apologize. You guys know if I am not on, something is going on. And it was. I was having some issues, some eye tension issues. So the best recommendation was to get off the screen, close my eyes, and don't look at a screen. So I took yesterday to rest my eyes. So I'm back this evening and I'm glad to be with you all. It is Get Free Friday, Finance Friday, Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Friday. And on Fridays, we cover topics that have to do with finance and health. We are currently reading from the books Get Good with Money by Tiffany Aliche, 10 Simple Steps to Becoming Financially Whole. And we're also reading from the book The Whiteness of Wealth by Dorothy A. Brown, How the Tax System Impoverishes Black Americans and How We Can Fix It. So we are probably next week going to hop into The Whiteness of Wealth. I wanted to continue where we left off last Friday with Get Good with Money, and we had a assignment. So I don't know if anybody got a chance to get to it, but we talked about making a money in list, making a money in list. So if you're still working on your list, it is okay. Remember, you can find the download for the money list at getgoodwithmoney.com. There's a free downloadable worksheet where you can actually start writing down what kind of money that you're bringing in. It's also, if you have the book, it's also in the appendix on page 340 and 341. And, if you have an office store near you that does printing, you could actually lay it out, or a UPS or anything like that, where it has a copy center, you can lay it out and make a copy for yourself if you just have the book. So we're going to continue our journey into this topic of getting financially whole. And we started on chapter 2, 10% whole budgeting. And we are in to do number 2. That's where we're starting. To do number 2. So we talked about last time the money in list. The to do number 2 is to make a money out list. Any good budget includes an itemization of what you spend money on. These are your expenses. You should already have your money list up or out. So this will be the next section to fill out. It's easiest to create a list of things you spend money on by starting with words and not numbers. That is just the name of your expenses, not a corresponding dollar amount that you spend just yet. For to do number two, I don't want you to think monthly. That will limit you from writing down all the ways that your money is spent because not every expense is experienced by you on a regular basis. I want you to get in the habit of seeing all your spending choices, not just the obvious ones, so just make a list of all your spending. This list of words, not numbers, will help you clearly visualize how you spend your money. Not sure where to start? Take a look at your debit card transactions over the last couple of months or so. Do you have credit cards? Take out those statements and let them tell you where some of your money has gone. Wait, you're not done yet. I want you to visualize your typical day and identify when and on what you spend money and write that down. Do you buy a daily coffee, breakfast, or lunch? Do you regularly hang out with friends or go to the movies? Write those expenses down. This is a judgment free activity. You're not cutting anything off of your list, you're just observing and documenting. Some of the expenses on the out part of your money list can be things like insurance, gas, dinners out, hair maintenance, toiletries, phone bill, internet, credit cards by name, groceries, dry cleaners. So think about what is on your money out list. Remember, you're just writing down the ways you spend your money, with each expense going on each line on your money list. And an important note, if you have a significant other with whom your finances are commingled, or you have given someone else access to your money they need to be in on this list making exercise because they are spending your hard earned cash as well. And you need to know exactly how they're spending it. Whether you're working from memory or your bank statements or your online app, continue with your fixed or regular bills, things like rent or mortgage, cable, gym memberships, commuting costs, and school loans. Then expand your list to include things that might fluctuate a little bit every month, like grocery expenses, clothing purchases, toiletries, entertaining nights out. Get more detailed if you can. Do you buy clothes for work and work out clothes regularly? Do you have a car payment and spend money on upkeep? Do you buy flowers? Eat out at restaurants? Pick up the paper each day? Order using Uber or Lyft? What about what you spend money on other people for? Daycare, tutoring, toys, or art supplies? If you're anything like me, you probably buy presents for others. Someone seems to have a birthday or a birthday party to go to just about every month, right? These are all expenses, even if they're small ones. They all need to be accounted for in order for your budget to work effectively. If you tend to spend cash rather than swiping your credit card or use debit card at stores, you will want to look at your bank statements carefully. Is there a pattern to where and when you seem to get cash? Does this jog your memory about where you tend to spend it and in what ways? Get as detailed as you can and be honest with yourself. This image might help you. Remember what it was like to be a teenager in search of enough spare change in the couch to buy your favorite snack? Dig, find your coins. Bottom line, if you try to get sneaky and not list side expenditures, your guilty pleasures, you are only cheating on yourself, and you deserve the best budget possible. Do you really want to settle for less when more is right at your fingertips? So, for this part of the assignment, you want to document the descriptive terms for your expenses: clothes, cleaning supplies, groceries, hair products, and so on. Fill out the out part of your money list from the Get Good with Money toolkit. Don't worry about numbers just yet. If you're still not sure where your money is going, take a notebook with you this week and write down what you spend your money on throughout the day and week. This will give you a snapshot of your spending habits. The to do number three would be calculate how much each expense costs monthly. If you've ever found yourself wondering where the heck your money goes at the end of every month, This part of budget making processes will provide the answer. There's no escaping it. The answer will be staring you in the face. It may not be the answer you wanted to come face to face with, but it's the answer that you need to see change in your financial life. You aren't here because you want to keep doing what you've always done and getting what you've always gotten. You are here to create a new and different financial future for yourself. You're here to get good with your money, and that means actively working toward financial wholeness. Ideally, every dollar should have an intentional job: spending, savings, and investing. And creating your money list will help you to properly employ your money. So here goes: whip out your money list, write down how much you spend and on each expense each month. The aim here is to identify what I call your total monthly spending amount. Why the focus on 1 month now that we're talking numbers? A specific budget works best when it tracks a specific time period, and a month is the to go to for most financial systems. When filling in your monthly spending account, start with the easy ones, the expenses that are the same every month. These are the things like your mortgage or rent, your cable bill, and so on. But some expenses are actually bi monthly or tri monthly. So you've got to do a little bit of math to get your monthly expense. For example, let's say you pay your water bill every 3 months. This amount is not your monthly expense. But if you just took that amount and divided it into three, you'd have what you would be paying each month. Do the math in the other direction too. If you consistently eat out twice a week and spend about $40 each time, that's $80 a week multiplied by the 4 weeks of the month. In this scenario, a total of $320 in dinner out expenses will go to the out part of your money list. So once you've done the work, feel free to rein it in. Once you've gotten down to the nitty gritty, your money out part of your money list might be really long. You're being honest with yourself in this process. At that point, feel free to lump some of your expenses back together just to keep your list manageable. Tracking every single type of expense on your budget can be overwhelming, and it's not necessary. Combining similar expenses allows you to keep track of spending without overloading your budget. For example, instead of listing your weekday latte or cafeteria lunches and dinners out, you can combine them into a general eating out expense. This is after you've looked at them individually, though. You can also bundle things like your monthly haircut, your makeup purchases, and manicure costs into grooming on your money list. Or pool the Tuesday night drinks with colleagues cost and the girls' night out under an entertainment expense category. The reason that you don't want to start with this is because you really want to know what specific expenses cost you each month before lumping them together. The goal of creating a budget is to help you get the true life story of your money. No one else can do this for you, and you can only create the cliff notes when you've read the whole of your financial story. So, in this part of the assignment, you're going to get to work on identifying the dollar amounts of each of your expenses over the course of a month. Add these numbers to your money list. Still not sure how to master your money list? No worries. You can use the getgoodwithmoney.com worksheets. It's next to the blank money list template for your convenience. You can also download a copy in your toolkit. So, money in, money out, describing your individual expenses, and then lumping them together. That's 4 different processes right now before we start moving on to the next section. So, ever since we started reading this book, I will tell you, it has actually been making me more conscientious about every single piece, every single dime that I am spending. And as she said, it's about what's coming in, what's going out, how much are you saving, how much are you investing, How much are you spending? And do you have what you need in order to cover your monthly expenses? So, again, I highly recommend this book because she is going piece by piece, individual subject by individual subject, and really breaking down how to set up a budget. So, this is what I wanted to cover on tonight. If you want to come in and share tonight, or you want to come in and talk about your financial journey or some things that you find yourself changing, um, changes that maybe you've had to make during this pandemic, I want you to feel free to click the video option and you can join me on IG. Also, good evening to those who will be watching on YouTube and catching that replay, as well as those of you who are listening by Anchor. I want to thank you also for your time and attention. So we'll give it a moment here. That way, if anyone wants to come in and share how they are managing their process, you can feel free to share. If you are listening by Anchor FM, I want to thank you for your time and attention. This has been our episode for Friday, Finance Friday, and I hope that you will join us over the weekend as we have our Sunday dialogue. If not, I'll see you on Monday for our Monday motivation. Take care and God bless. All right. So it doesn't appear tonight that we have anyone that wants to come on and share. So we are going to end at this time, but I do encourage you to get the book, Get Good with Money. And really, as she said, this process is about bettering yourself financially. And so as we journey together, hopefully you are taking this journey and you are doing what is necessary on your end to improve your finances and improve your budgeting skills. This has been another episode of Daring Dialogues, and I've been your host tonight, Shantae Charles. Remember, light is the most daring opposition to darkness, so continue to go out and be light. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend, and God bless.